Hello and welcome to Luna
The, the druid.
and to do it on this side. Yeah, we switched places today and it's all fine.
22 episode, and I still haven't learned in which direction is which, but oh well.
Doesn't really matter. But we're here and we're completing the journey. We're completing the journey. The Fool is at the last card of the major arcana, the World card. Ain't it beautiful? Ain't it lovely? Ending an era.
It's been a beautiful journey, and the Fools has learned so much, and I think so have we. If you've been following this series from the very beginning, you know what kind of challenges the Fool came across. And right now, there is a last lesson ahead.
Yeah, and it's actually probably even more a complete wrap up than a lesson. It's it's the finish line. It's the last step of a journey, and of course, it will be followed by a new journey. Not for
That's
us.
how it is.
Yeah,
Everything comes in cycle. We go up and then we go down, and we go up and then we go down again. And
yeah,
keep that in your mind that you said finish line. You will know in a little bit why I point that specific phrase out.
okay. Yeah, let's start. It's an interesting card. It's again one of those cards that through the ages hasn't changed much, and unless you have very specific cards. But I go through the history, as you might know already. I go to the big big card decks that created tarot history, and Luna will probably divert a little into some more exotic decks because
Surprise you a little bit. Yeah.
you're our exotic high priestess.
I wouldn't call myself exotic.
Oh, well, I do.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're
Nothing
welcome.
unusual.
Nothing unusual there. So let's switch cameras. Where are we? Let's turn the other camera on and go to this view where we have my choice for today on the table, and of course most of the cards or decks have already uh, been visible, have already been seen in previous episodes. But here we have the universe card or the world card from this series. Um, the oldest I bring today is the Type One Marseille, which is Le Monde. The funny thing with this card is that it's not sure. If you look at all the other cards, um, they have a lady in the middle of the read, and up here it looks like a man, and quite obviously that this could be Jesus. Well, of course, this card dates from a very religious age, the early 17th century, sometimes 16th century, and would make sense to put a person like that there. But already pretty soon, and also in the later Marseille decks, uh, this is the standard look of the world card. Venus in the middle, the laurel right around it, all four elements surrounding her. Uh, the masculine side and the feminine side. We see fire, we see air, we see water, and we see earth, which we again uh, see in the world card in the Druidcraft Tarot, a bit more modern depiction. Funny thing is that you noticed when we were discussing the cards, Luna, that this the fellow here in the middle would be more gender neutral than the previous two. That there um, there's a leaf covering the sensitive parts of the of the god or goddess in the middle, and it can be either a man or a woman. Yeah, lovely. My friend Alistair Crowley, of course, had to do things differently. Not only naming the card different, it's called the universe here. Um, there are, of course, elements that are the same. The elements here, the, the circle of victory in the middle, and the princess here in the card that reaches completion, um, is way more of a universal spirit than the other ones that are very earthy and worldly. Robert Place, in his Tarot of the Sevenfold Mystery, took kind of a similar approach, but also a different approach, because he calls the card prudence. And that's because I read about why he did this. Um, he was missing one of the four virtues in the tarot. The virtues being strength, justice, and temperance, and prudence had no card in the traditional major arcana, so he called the world card prudence as the last virtue, but still very recognizable on the masculine side: fire and air, and and water and earth in the other side. So interesting cards. A card that more or less has a similar explanation, a similar lessons through history. So yeah, interesting, don't you think?
What I love about those cards is the image of the red. You said
Yeah,
that it symbolizes success, winning, completion. But what I saw there is actually a zero, signifying the fool's journey, because the fool is the number zero as well. So we have that completion from zero to basically a hero.
yeah, the full circle. Boom. Yeah, very
Yes,
much in this
it's
in this
it's
one.
especially visible on this one.
Yeah,
So it's a again lovely completion between the zero until all the way to 21. Speaking
yeah,
of completion, today I'm actually using the same set I usually go through. We have a completion card here, which represents this last missing puzzle. Here, this is the card
yeah,
from the Osho deck. I absolutely love this card because I think it's a beautiful image of completion itself. More traditional with a cycle and with the elements in the corner here. Mm, we have the World card from the Light Seer Tarot.
yeah.
Um,
Again, one of our
Moving
favorite decks.
on to more deeper and more colorful card from the Star Tarot, which is
Mm,
here. We have butterflies, we have here a nest with the eggs, we have a lot of elements of the earth, water, the tree representing the element of earth. We have kind of like an empress in the middle here, holding the world. But it's actually an angel spreading the wings around the earth. Absolutely beautiful, meaningful, and deep card. Very interesting approach here from the Slavic tarot, which is very, very similar to the Tree of Cups. However,
yeah.
those women here are holding hands. Here, and they all represent the elements. I absolutely love this one. It shows the cyclic nature of everything. More traditional way of looking, like basically in your face with tradition. This is the Morgan Greer tarot. I like it. I really like it. It brings me back to the classical wider weight tarot as well. And last but not least, I love this one from the Wake Me Up tarot, because you mentioned it already today, the
It's
finishing line with
wow.
all the journey here through the world and reaching the completion, the world. I absolutely love this cards and what it represents.
What a yeah, what a brilliant cards again. And this the last one. What's the deck called?
The Wake Me Up tarot.
The
I
Wake Me Up
can't even
Tarot.
pronounce the author. I think it's an African author. At least the name would suggest it. I'm not going to even try to pronounce it because it's so hard. I've tried and I failed. So
Okay.
yeah, let's leave it as a
Don't be worried there.
Wake Me Up
But
tarot.
maybe a good idea to think into the future, because I've seen so many interesting cards from. Well, actually, the most interesting cards in your whole series to me were the Wake Me Up Tarot, because it's different approach to the to the meanings, the different look at the meanings with reflections and all kinds of things. And of course the Osho Tarot with its completely off this earth.
Yeah.
Throw all the rules overboard and create a deck with its own meanings, which um, often I'm quite doubtful about. I'm a fan, and I have what's the thing called, the Wildwood Tarot, and the Wildwood Tarot diverts also a lot from my favorite Golden Dawn meanings, and I have a hard time reading that. But I won't have a hard time reading uh, with the Osho Tarot. I know already because it speaks to me very big. It speaks to
It's a
me.
deep deck,
Yeah,
and even the I love the guidebook itself because it's designed out of like two parts. One is the meaning of the card, but the other one is the story. And those images tell a completely separate story. So, but it all makes a lovely completion and it fits like puzzles in a jigsaw. And I find myself reaching more and more for Wake Me Up Tarot when I'm reading for clients. Obviously, the Light Seer deck is always my base, like for you is the Tough Tarot, but
yeah,
I like to bring different decks as well. And
of
the
course.
Wake Me Up Tarot, I very often use that deck as well as a completion. Um,
Well, let's go for the finish line then.
yeah.
Shall we go to the lessons?
Yes, please.
Ah, yeah. Well, let's make the slide a bit bigger. So, what are the lessons the fool gets from the world card? Like we said, completion and fulfillment, reaching the finish line, integration and wholeness, unity and the harmony. I'm missing the D there. Achievement and success, new beginnings. Every end is a new beginning. Perspective and enlightenment, universal connection, and finally, acceptance and peace. I
Mm,
love it. I love it. So we go for part one, completion and fulfillment.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a completion of a cycle, a
Yeah.
project, or a phase in life. And what is really interesting that in real time when we're recording is I'm about to complete a big chapter in my life and move into a new one. So I love how the universe works. And with this entire series of the Fool's Journey, accidentally, but there is obviously no accidents, we had a lot of synchronicities with either our own journey or with the phases of the moon, with the phases of the wheel of year itself. So I just love those little serendipities
Yeah.
during this entire journey. But back
Yeah.
to the card itself and back to that, let's call it a lesson. However, as you pointed out at the beginning, it's not truly a lesson. It's more of a like a summary
A
of the
summary
journey.
or the celebration of the completion. So first,
Mm,
a heartfelt congratulations on you completing the journey, and of course, like you said, the serendipity. When we started, we had no idea. We didn't plan. Yeah, of course, we knew we would have 21 cards. Actually, we did
22.
few cards. We did two. We did extra, and where do we end? Next week, my holiday starts. So I'm completing a year as well here, a year from holiday to holiday. My annual journey to the drum weekend in this year, and so we won't be recording uh, a fool's card or fool's journey next week. No, why not? Yeah, well, it's holiday. You have completed your cycle. It's all unplanned, but we're, I think, yeah, the universe is telling keep on going, guys, because it all fits. It all fits in our lives. It fits very good. So we're completing it. Um, I'm so happy that I did it. Um, like you said, we both learned a lot about the lessons, the connections, the history of the cards that we pulled out. Um, Various tarot decks in with similar or different meanings. So yeah, lovely serendipity that we're here now, and which brings us to the second point that would be integration and wholeness.
Mm,
And of course, Same story. We're completing the journey. We're completing uh, uh, we're completing the 21 cards of the major arcana, and now after doing this, we can more than ever comprehend that the major arcana is a full circle, is is one story with a beginning, with all kinds of good things. And like I always say, I never mention the BAD word, or good things and different things. Um, we integrate them, we work with them, we learn from them, we bring them into our lives. We go through the dark nights of the soul, the stories there, tower moments when everything seems to go wrong, finding balance in both judgment and temperance cards, um, and finally waking up and integrate.
Mm. What I love about The Fool's Journey by Luna and the Druid is that we integrate our own experiences and real life examples into the journey, because very often you will find The Fool's Journey and people talking about cards itself. But what is unique is our own experiences and what we shared here with you, making it a whole and complete holistic series rather than the series about the cards itself.
No, yeah, uh, we used a lot of the archetypes of the cards in our Monday lives. So sometimes you will actually notice that they're synchronous, and but then we use them as pure spiritual lessons and didn't use the cards, and so we already integrated the meanings and the lessons in our own lessons forward. So that's also yeah, good thing you mentioned that.
And just like the world reminds us that everything, every experience contributes to our growth and completelessness,
Yeah,
hard word.
yeah,
Uh, our conversations do the same thing. How many times we having this discussion naturally go through topic to topic, and it comes naturally because it's based on the experience and learnings we had in our life, not just the journey from the card, but based on our own experiences, our own self growth, our own self development.
yeah. Yeah, and the cards. That the funny thing is that the cards also, or the story, the cards, the way they were created. Sometimes you get this natural flow in the story because it's a logical, it's logical, it's logical. It comes naturally. We bring it out together, and there we go. And which actually brings us to the to the next point: unity and harmony. And that's the harmony and balance. So not just within within ourselves, that's what we bring, and but we bring it out into the world. We share it with the world, and we learn the value of this harmony and living in harmony with others, especially us rural settlers in the dark corners of Ireland, living with the environment, with nature, understanding that we're all interconnected, although sometimes there's distance between us. We live an hour's drive away, where we're connected, and we're building this connection. We're building this community of spiritual wisdom, tarot, understanding, wheel of year, and happy birthdays.
And many returns.
And many returns. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned building the community, because this unity and harmony, it's just like you said, not about ourselves and our within our own surroundings, but giving it to others and then them taking them with them and spreading it further into the world,
yeah,
creating this beautiful, harmonious community of like-minded people, and working for a to achieve the certain goal, which is, in my case at least, rising the vibration of the planet, just by shining my light, your light, co creating, and bringing guidance to those who need it.
Yeah, yeah, of course, and that's what we do, and uh, and of course the harmony also creates the fun we have doing it, pleasure,
Absolutely.
the connection we're building. Yeah, love it, love it.
Not
And
to
what comes?
mention the state of flow we go get into when we start to roll and start to speak. It never stops to amaze me.
Yeah, no, we're just doing it, and what will come of it? Eventually, Luna, what will come of it? Achievement and success.
Yeah. Um, I think the important part of this is to remember and learn the value of perseverance and patience towards working uh, towards a goal, to achieving the goal.
Yeah,
Because we live in such a fast paced environment that we're actually expecting instant results, instant coffee, instant food, whatever we do. We have a question, we can take our phone out and ask Google, ask artificial intelligence, and have the answer ready in few seconds.
yeah,
In
yeah,
life, not everything works like this, but we are so used to that we expect that instant gratification, instant success, instant recognition, instant value, that we forget that in nature, good things take time sometimes.
yeah, yeah. And so, what's um, the big disadvantage? The big disadvantage of everything working instantly. The advantage, of course, is you think, okay, that's easy, that's easy, but when when done with effort, when done with perseverance, and when reaching a milestone, that's when you feel, okay, we did it. And there's a great feeling of satisfaction that
Mm.
comes from finishing things, from making things whole, from finishing the circle. And I don't know how it's it with you, Luna, but as a Gemini, I'm quite often get to number 18 and never to 21 because the next big thing is already on in scope, and we have to struggle. But this time we could say it went easy, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was hard work, but it went easy. We love doing this. We and it's for me also. I feel it's very rewarding and to celebrate this. And I'm looking forward to having the big celebration this week.
Actually, to me, every episode was a celebration itself of that work we had to
Yeah,
put in to prepare, to put those thoughts together, put those lessons together. Um, and we often say about taking those baby steps. And I think not enough about celebrating the achievement. And that's why I'm so happy today that we get to talk about celebration as well
yeah,
in the sense of the world card, because
yeah,
every achievement, it's worth acknowledging. And just like you said, we get so used to things being easy, if that we forget that it still requires work. It still requires celebration, because
yeah.
celebration is actually the part of acknowledging the work, hard work sometimes, and success as well. And
That's
it's like sending a signal to the universe. Yes, I see you. I see how you helped me. More of that, please.
yeah. Gratefulness comes with
Yeah,
it with achievement and
absolutely.
success.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's when we get to our next point, my dear. Because when we finish something, we're ready.
And it makes the space for something new, for
New
new
beginning.
beginnings,
Yes,
because
yes,
endings very often lead to new beginnings.
yeah. We are on our Monday. We have probably already started something unexpectedly when we were talking 2 weeks ago about spiritual awakening. We thought we needed one episode. That was fun. We're now 2 hours in, and we're nowhere near the end.
No.
So we have already started something new. For the midweeks, we have not yet, and we decided to take a break for that. A real summer break. We both can celebrate our holidays. The Monday lives will go on anyway, wherever we are. We just talk and sit, and we join from wherever in the world we are this summer. And yeah, endings and new beginnings. So with the completion of one journey, the fool finds out that there's an opportunity for a new one, and the world cards teaches that every ending is a new beginning, but especially encouraging the readiness to start fresh and go on new adventures with the wisdom gained from past experiences.
Mm.
And that's also one something we can say that maybe if, if we look back to the very beginning, uh, when we started doing this, it was all a bit new and a bit exciting, and we were searching for the format. We were searching for sometimes for even we were searching for words. And nowadays, 20 episodes later, words come easier than ever.
That is so true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So thank you for the journey. Thanks for the new beginning, and yeah, let's see what the final lessons of the world card bring to the table. Perspective and enlightenment, of
Mm.
course, of course. That's uh, that's where we already have started. You know, this, you see the synchronicities. It,
Absolutely.
it
Absolutely.
wasn't purposely that I put this thing here, but now it is here. I think, okay, yes, we did it. We're looking for perspective. We've been talking about enlightenment Monday, half the show, and
We were actually talking off camera about how different perspective we have right now on the fool's journey and how it the meanings of the card all of a sudden became deeper because we decided to look at the cards from a different perspective.
yeah,
And it definitely led to more enlightenment in terms of understanding tarot, learning about it more, discovering more, and then sharing that perspective with
yeah.
others.
Yeah, and each step brought us closer to bigger understanding. Each step brought us closer to uh, to the look of the overall journey. Like when you finish a book, all of a sudden it's not loose words and chapters. It becomes this story, you know. And yeah, we learned a lot. We a sense of enlightenment and the ability to look back with wisdom and forward, looking forward with hope for the
I'm
future.
holding a card with the image of an eagle here because
Yeah.
eagle represents that spiritual perspective.
Yeah.
Eagles fly high, so they see more, and that's what one of the meanings of the eagle on that card represents. Wonderful, wonderful, and a beautiful lesson and a beautiful way of looking at things from a different perspective. Mm.
Yeah, and of course, the the other point is the universal connection, and the universal connection we of course have the world card that's given the name the universe by Crowley and Harris 80 years ago, and there you have this universal connection. There's the full circle. All the elements are there. All the elements of the other cards are there as well, but it's just a bit bigger, and it fits also um, in the idea of the law of attraction, where we give our shopping list to the universe, our wish list of the things, you know. So we become more sure that we are creators of our own world. We are conscious creators. We are effortless creators. We are all magicians. We all create our own reality in cooperation with the universe, together with the universe.
Yeah, well said. Thank you for bringing that to the table. Um, and what is important to me with this universal connection is that acknowledge of the cycles of nature and the cyclic nature of life itself, recognizing that interconnectedness of ourselves, our environment, how our actions can influence our surrounding, our the world around us. We can inspire other people or do the opposite. mm, with our actions, and that's the beauty of reaching that point, that you can recognize actually that your actions matter, your choices matter, and the choices lead to certain consequences.
They do. They do. Yeah, yeah.
Mm,
And yeah, so the cycle is around the cycle of life, and then within it, we see what we always do in any druid ceremony or any druid ritual. We talk about the cycle of birth, growth, aging, dying, and rebirth.
mm,
That's also the cycle, and that's the cycle of our whole life. And of course, that's also the mini cycles we go through our own lives, the cycles of maiden, mother, crone, wise woman, and you're ending a cycle with a lovely round number, and you will be reborn. You will be reborn as a new person, as the next one, and I love it. Yeah,
mm.
cycle of success.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And last but not least, I'm actually getting more sad and sad where we're coming towards the end,
No,
because
no, no, no. Yeah, look at the last point. You don't have to be sad. It's all
that's
about
crazy.
acceptance and inner peace.
Yeah. Well, exactly. It's that understanding and knowing that in few minutes this will be done, and you know what? I'm
Yeah,
at peace with that. However, there is a need to acknowledge the feelings, and there is a need to acknowledge that something's ending.
yeah,
Mm,
it is.
but yeah, the acceptance is here a key, um, because there is no point to resist what's inevitable. That we need to learn how to go with the flow, and how to create the feeling of flow, and how to let things
Yeah,
flow or go.
yeah, and like I said earlier, it's also for me a good thing to see that something is again finalizing, and that we
Mhm.
created something that is, we gave life, we gave birth to a lovely series, a lovely playlist on YouTube, and yeah, we I think we should celebrate and enjoy what we did here.
Oh,
So
definitely,
big
definitely.
toast, a big toast to you, and a big toast to us, and a big toast to the Fool and its major arcana and its journey.
And also to our viewers for being with us every week and
Well,
learning more about their own journey.
they do, and we as we do, they do, and as
Yeah,
they do, we do.
yeah. Lovely.
So with that, dear Luna, we did it.
Yes, the circle is
It's
now being, not this one, I was
completed.
going for this one.
The
The
circle is
circle is
completed.
now completed. Yeah, and I feel great about it. It's
Yeah.
been a wonderful, wonderful time. I think we did 24 weeks, if not 25, about the Fool's journey itself. I can't believe how fast it went.
Boom.
But I'm very grateful for this idea, for that inspiration you came out with, because it's just, we went so deep sometimes, and I love it. I absolutely love this series.
So with that, we have to say goodbye to this episode
It
and to this.
doesn't mean we are not gonna, we're departing Luna and the Druid. Absolutely not.
No, absolutely not.
It's just
We're
a
here.
series coming to an end, but we'll definitely be here sharing our knowledge, sharing our wisdom, our experiences, and from time to time bloopers.
We will. We will. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you, dear Luna, for everything you did for this show, and looking
Likewise,
forward to
Jan,
the.
thank you so much for all the hard work and keeping all the techie stuff in place.
Yeah, nothing more to say. Then, goodbye.